Hello, greetings to all Pokemon fans. If you're wondering if you can now play Pokemon Legends Arceus into your PC, then this is the perfect video tutorial for you to watch because I'm going to teach you on how to get the game, how to install them, and how to run and optimize this game perfectly to run into your PC. So what you need is that you'll need to have all these files here that I have in my desktop. You should have a copy of this, and that also you install the latest build of Ryujinx emulator, which is version 1.650 as I'm recording this video tutorial. And I have here Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it's in version 1.1.1, which is the latest version. So I'm going to teach you where to get all of these files, okay? So first of all, we will have to get Ryujinx emulator first. So what is Ryujinx emulator? Ryujinx emulator is a Nintendo Switch emulator that can play Nintendo Switch games. So search for it, Ryujinx emulator in the web browser, and then go to ryujinx.org. And then go to download. And if you're using Mac, you can download the Mac version here, and if you're from Linux, you can download here, and if you're from Windows, just like me, you can download the Windows version here. Since I have already installed Ryujinx emulator into my PC, I'm just going to skip on this part because the download and installation process is really straightforward and is really easy to do, and anyone can do this. So I'm just going to minimize this now, and I'm going to assume that you have already downloaded and installed Ryujinx emulator. So if this is your first installation of Ryujinx emulator, please do run the emulator now, and then you'll be met with certain errors saying that you will need some certain files to be installed in Ryujinx emulator in order for it to run and play Nintendo Switch games. So what are those files? So these are the files that are needed, which is the Nintendo Switch keys. It should be in version 15 and 16, and you should have the firmware, which is in version 16. And also you should have Pokemon Legends Arceus in XCI file format, and its updated version in NSP file format, or XCF format, whichever you have. But if you follow the steps, this is the files that you will get. So if you're asking me where to get all those files, legally speaking, the only way to get all of these files is that you own a Nintendo Switch console, and that you have modded it, and that you have installed a custom firmware. If you have installed a custom firmware, that means that you can access your Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access on those files, just copy the keys files and the firmware files into your PC. And in order for you to get Pokemon Legends Arceus is that you own the game, you should buy the game, have a physical copy of that game, and digitally back it up into an XCI or NSP file format. So if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, or if you have a Switch but don't know how to mod or install a custom firmware in it, I'm just gonna save you the hassle and teach you where to get all these files. So in order for you to get all of these files here, I'm just gonna leave a QR code wherein you can scan it with your QR code reader into your mobile phone so that you will be redirected to the download page wherein you can download all of these files here. So once you are in the website, which is approms.com, hover down to the middle part of the page so that you can download the Pokemon Legends Arceus and its updated file in XCF file format. Then once you have downloaded the file, you have to download the keys and firmware, which is in the bottom part of the website. So be sure to check out the entirety of the website in order for you to get all of those files, okay? So be sure to check out everything and download everything. And then once you have them, just transfer them and copy them into your PC just like right here. So I'm just going to assume that you have already downloaded all the files and that you have it in your PC. It's time to install them into your Ryujinx emulator. To do this, just go to File, go to Open Ryujinx folder, and then locate System folder here. And then open keys zip file here. All you have to do is drag and drop these files into this folder. This folder should be empty because this is your first installation. Then close in this, open this version 16 keys, and it will have only the production keys because this is the only one that is being updated. Replace the old one with the new version, close in that, and then close in this folder. Now it's time to install the firmware. To install the firmware, all you have to do is just go to Tools, install a firmware from XCI or zip file, and then locate the firmware file. So I have set them here. I'm going to go to my here, the firmware file, and then set it up here and hit open. Now the next step is to hit yes, and it will say successfully installed the firmware. You'll know that it is successfully installed because in here system version will say version 16, just like the same as the firmware. And it will show you all the game titles of your Nintendo Switch games, and it will show their game icons, okay? So now the next step is to optimize your Pokemon Legends Arceus. Update it into its latest version. To update this is you have to right click on that and manage title updates, and then locate where you have the NSP file format or XCI file format of that update. So to do this, go to add and then locate your XCI ROMs and look for the game. So I have here Pokemon Legends Arceus, hit add. Since I have already that, I'm going to remove the other one and use the old one that I have set and hit save. And that's how you basically update Pokemon Legends Arceus in Ryujinx emulator. So the next step now is to optimize your Ryujinx emulator so that it will run perfectly for Pokemon Legends Arceus. To do this, just go to Options, go to Settings, and in this part, just pause the video and copy every setting that you see in this screen. So the game directories is wherein you'll put your Nintendo Switch games, and your Nintendo Switch games should be in XEI or NSP format. That is the format that Ryujinx will be able to detect and play. Now go to Input. It is better to use a controller here because it's really hard to play Nintendo Switch games with mouse and keyboard. So in order for you to set this up, I'm just going to connect my Nintendo Switch Pro controller here via USB cable, and then go to Player 1 and hit Configure. And it will detect my controller here, and it has mapped them already. And if you have a PlayStation or Xbox controller, you can use that, and you can set them up accordingly here. And then the dead zone should be set into 0.20% so that there will be no drifting into your game. And hit Save. Now go to System, and again, pause the video and copy every setting that you see here. Now go to the Graphics tab. This is the most important part. So graphics backend multhreading should be on. Graphics backend API should be Vulkan. The preferred GPU is your dedicated graphics card. Enhancements is enable shader cache and enable macro HLE. Resolution scale should be 2 times resolution so that the game will look sharper and much beautiful. But if your PC can't handle the emulation, then just change it to the native resolution. But for me, I'm going for 2 times resolution. Post-processing should be none, upscale should be bilinear, and isotropic filtering it should be auto, and aspect ratio is set to 16:9. And once done, hit apply and save. Now your Ryujinx emulator is now fully optimized to run Pokemon Legends Arceus into your PC. So a little bit of a disclaimer, I'm going to show you a gameplay of Pokemon Legends Arceus because we all know that Nintendo is really strict on this kind of content and they don't want it to be shown on the internet or in YouTube. So if I show you a gameplay of Pokemon Legends Arceus running in Ryujinx emulator, then my channel will be taken down and my videos will be taken down. So I hope you guys do understand on that part. But to show you some proof that Pokemon Legends Arceus will run into Ryujinx emulator here, so I'm just going to boot it up into the title screen. But I'm just going to blur the screen here so that Nintendo will not be able to detect any of their content here running in PC. So I'm just going to blur everything. And once I am the title screen, I'm just going to stop the emulation. So I am the title screen now. So I'm going to stop emulation. So that's my proof that Pokemon Legends Arceus will run into PC. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of Pokemon Legends Arceus into your PC, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them. But as long as you have followed all the steps that I've shown you in this video tutorial, you're guaranteed to play this game with no issues at all. So if this video tutorial is helpful, please do subscribe to my channel. This will help me out. Thank you for watching and see you next time, and goodbye for now.